The top news headlines: Chief Minister in Birin tells Revenue Department to work for welfare of people or else there won't be any space left for development in the state. Three suspects involved in killing of Namphai village chief for opposing poppy cultivation arrested. And widow population in state would have been less had Chief Minister Biren-led government come earlier, says President of Sip Sena Manipur State M. Tombi. Hello, a very good evening. You're watching the MAMI TV English News in focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHAIDEM. The news in detail. Chief Minister in Biren has instructed the Revenue Department to work for the welfare of the people or else there won't be any space left for development in the state. He said this during a meeting to discuss the confusion between the Forest Department and the Revenue Department held at Chief Minister Bungalow today. Chief Secretary of Manipur Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest A.K. Joshi, Deputy Commissioner of all district along with top-ranking officials and staffs of Forest and Revenue Department attended the meeting. Speaking on the occasion, Biren said majority of government land deeds in the hilled areas are under the names of private individuals. There had been a scandal where SDO of Kampupi, Gamphazolt, rented the quarter of Electricity Department and Revenue Department in Imphal West District to an entire village. Not only this, plots were allocated atop Whitehall Hills by using forged documents. All this will lead to reductions of state land. The Chief Minister appealed to the officials to work for the betterment and love of the state rather than for getting some personal benefits. He instructed the Forest Department to stop illegal settlements in reserve forests and wildlife sanctuaries to give meaning to reserve forests and protected forests. The Revenue Department must also work under Manipur Land Revenue and Land Reforms Act 1960 and punish those who defy the law and act. Chief Minister Biren further laid stress on proper implementations of these acts to ensure prosperity of future generations.
Deputy Commissioner Singh, SDO Singh nasu lam gi leiriba praja sing du da wari sabi gadabani sengarang gi phayeng gi thoido kasunate Kangpokpi district thabaini Kangpokpi forest subdivision gi makha da lay akhoi gi public sing gi concept da district se mama gi homeland piraba dong kanbam leiriba Manipur gi public gi concept ne adu basi DC noina SDO noina khalal leba madu khalan ganu tawbiyoba Kangpokpi da waraga su revenue gi Imphal West ki part yauri madu Imphal West na dil tawni adagi Imphal West ki waraga su Kangpokpi na part yauri Kangpokpi na dil tawni ngarangi reserve forest Kangpokpi subdivision haibani adu kari kai ge Kangpokpi subdivision haib adu Kangpokpi mina la law khradraba praja jing di kari khangani innocent mayam ngata ne lai so haiba masing yamdri koi lairi se forest ki ek khangba yaudri adagi wetland protection ek karino khangba yaudri even ekhoi gi MLRA ki point phajana khangba yaudri praja di tokhro ne mayam office ki thabuk tawbirba tolop sabiraba mayam sibaw da khangdedna sangam mamda khaido ka pata pira
A team of Kangpokpi District Police has arrested 3 accused involved in the killing of Chief of Namphai village under Cycle Subdivision Jilhim Khongsai, who had issued a notification prohibiting poppy cultivation in his village yesterday. Arms have also been seized from their possessions. According to police report, the accused have been identified as Jamlat Khongsai, 40 years old, Thongkok Hao Khongsai, 37 years old, and Paumang Khongsai, 36 years old. 3 SBBL guns have also been reportedly seized from their possessions. It may be mentioned that Jilhan Khongsai was called out from home around 11:30 p.m. of June 6, after which sounds of gunshot was heard twice. Later, he was found lying on the ground with bullet injuries on his chest at a distance of around 300 meters from the house. He was rushed to a community health center CHG at Cycle but succumbed to his injuries around 1:15 a.m. President of Sip Sena Manipur State M. Tombi has stated that the populations of widow and orphan in the state who have fallen victim to drug manage would have been much lesser had Chief Minister in Biren led BJP government come to the power in the state earlier. Speaking to media persons at a press meet held at the party's office at Bapupara today, M. further said Manipur Democratic Alliance, where Sip Sena is a part of it, will support every step of Chief Minister In Biren in addressing various issues in the state, maintaining that it won't be an overstatement to say that the widespread poppy plantations in the hill areas of Manipur were started by people from neighboring country, Myanmar. He stressed the need to closely monitor and find out the reason and origin behind felling of trees for poppy plantations and creations of new villages in the hills. Citing the restrictions on tree plantations on the hills by villagers, he maintained that it will be prudent if they don't impose such restrictions, as it is for the welfare of every community and to protect the environment. He further welcomed the decision of the government to deploy IRB personnel to be recruited soon on national highways. Besides, the flagging of highway patrol vehicles will be able to protect drivers and truckers from miscreants along the highways, M. Tombi said.
Kopi thamgi thabak sina Manipur da kopi stili kani uni number 4 uthoga madu sunna mission ton ba district sindi kyamun pha hai kyamun pha le mani madu thar mission che yam shen hai ganda kana yini la si karai jin la karai da plan to ruga madu ma bhakta amuk thabi adu ki thabu ho gai no khullam ni gatpa adu ki khuludam leiba madu khuluda thar ma ko chai ba yam no har mo tum le tra Kulamu Homba, Pamamu Natat Pamayu Taba, Chimaru Mukopa, Amadamu Homba, Noi Shak Sav Kanduni, Ishin Tango Kanduni, Sak Sav Pangama Ishin Tango, Panganaba, Jagal Yantat Persia, Sahiya Kishi.
BJP Langthabal Mandal planted yellow pine saplings along Lelong Chajing Awang Lekai Road leading to Eco Park as part of social service scheme cum tree plantations program held on the theme Go Green Manipur with kick-off on June 6. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines, President of BJP Langthabal Mandal and ex-councillor of Lelong Municipal Council Ward No. 4, Maibam Joy Kumar said the climate conditions has been affected drastically due to large-scale deforestation, stating that protections of the environment is the responsibility of every individual. He said that yellow pine saplings have been planted along the roads under Ward No. 4 for a green Manipur for the past 6 years. Joy Kumar also called upon the people to jointly protect the environment.
Mejanba madi ana yauda sangka sangkopa adwai tolga tatan jabani mayam pining ibu makal londi kodi ali environment day ga bari lena kodi Manipur di jaga kodi makta sangbo Manipur ma wehla sari pandam da kodi go green Manipur si tatan.
A combined team of Bisnupur District Commando and 31 Assam Rifles arrested a self-styled surgeon measure of a proscribed outfit around 7 this morning. The arrested cadre has been identified as H. Kiran, 42 years old of Thanga Salam Lekai. According to police source, the combined team led by additional SP Operations M. Roni under the supervision of SP Bisnupur and Hirozit arrested the cadre from Matai Hotel near Moirang Lamkhai Churachandpur parking around 7 this morning. The arrested person has been handed over to Moirang Police Station for further investigation. A team of Bisnupur District Commandos seized huge quantity of foreign and country liquor from a hotel at Nambol yesterday. The team of Bisnupur District Commando, led by additional SP operations, seized the liquors including canned beers during a drive at Top Mid Hotel at Nambol Sabal Lekai, owned by one Kumanthiam Inautomba, 49 years old, son of late KHOO. The seized items include 750 milliliters McDowell bottles, 2 750 milliliters blended Pride bottles, 16,500 milliliters canned beer, 118 1-liter DIC liquor, 135 500 milliliters DIC liquor, and 300 empty 500 milliliter bottles. The arrested person along with the seized item has been handed over to Nambol Excise Department for further necessary action. A team of Imphal West Commando arrested a bus driver who was trying to smuggle WY tablets to Guwahati yesterday. According to police sources, the arrested drug smuggler has been identified as Muhammad Abdul Ghaffar, 35 years old, son of Abdul Jalil of Kwakta Sevla, Ward number 3. The commando team arrested him when he was coming in a Guwahati-bound bus bearing registration number AS01FC3699 from North AOC near GST office. Approximately 30,000 WY tablets were recovered from the bus. The arrested person along with the seized item has been handed over to Imphal police station for further necessary action. On the other hand, a team of Imphal West Commando arrested 2 drug smugglers along with 460 grams of suspected heroin number 4 powder containing in 36 soap gases from North AOC in front of Tamfa Hotel around 2 last afternoon. The arrested persons have been identified as T. Paunenlan Haukip, 24 years old, son of late Tongin Haukip of Tuivong village in Churachandpur district, and Jangkholen Haukip, 27 years old, son of late Thenko Pao Haukip of Mongjang village, Chakpikarong in Chandel district. The arrested persons along with the seized item have been handed over to Imphal police station for further necessary action. Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more update.
The Oracle Galleria, North AOC, opposite Kekrupad, Imphal East, franchise and company retail business to Wayaba Kasing Sanjari.
Area of the first floor is 1,862 square feet. Second floor, 2,800 square feet. Third floor, 2,800 square feet. And fourth floor, 2,800 square feet. The Oracle Galleria, North AOC, opposite Kekrupat, Imphal East, is renting rooms suitable for
franchise and company retail business.
For more details, please contact 8810-668-136.
Welcome back again after the break. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said today that his government believes in strengthening every sector for giving momentum to the country's development, asserting that it has changed the earlier approach of focusing on a few sectors while ignoring others. Addressing the Biotech Startup Expo after inaugurating the 2-day event, Prime Minister Modi said India's bioeconomy has grown 8 times in the last 8 years and has reached $80 billion from $10 billion, and noted the country is not far from reaching the league of top 10 countries in the global ecosystem of biotech. He said in the last 8 years, the number of startups in the country has increased from a few hundreds to over 70,000, adding that his government had worked to boost the ease of doing business and promote a culture of entrepreneurship. He said every sector is giving impetus to the development of the countries. That is why every sector is sought and every sector because is the need of the hour. The Congress is preparing for a major show of strength in the national capital on June 13th when former party chief Rahul Gandhi will appear before the Enforcement Directorate in connections with a money laundering case. Sources said that all party MPs of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and senior leaders have been asked to reach the party headquarters on Akbar Road Monday morning. The party plans to take out a march to the ED office on APJ Abdul Kalam Road in a show of support for Gandhi when he appears before the agency. Senior party leaders said the state units should also conduct various campaigns in protest against the ED summons in connections with a money laundering case pertaining to the National Herald EGL deal. The Congress has termed the charge fake and baseless and added the summonses to Rahul Gandhi and party president Sonia Gandhi was part of the BJP's vendetta politics. Iran is satisfied with the efforts made by the Indian government in dealing with those responsible for comments on Prophet Muhammad, the visiting Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian said. Abdollahian, who is on his first visit to India since he assumed office last year, raised the issue of the controversial remarks made by two former BJP spokespersons in his meeting with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval in the national capital today. The Iranian foreign minister in a statement said that Abdollahian had raised the issue with Doval and was satisfied by the response he received. The NSA, Ajit Doval said, reaffirmed the Indian government and officials' respect for the Prophet Muhammad, saying offenders will be dealt with with the government and related bodies in an exemplary manner. The Iranian foreign minister said Amrit Abdollahian and Jay Shankar held 2 rounds of talks during which a broad range of issues of mutual interest between the two countries in strategic, political, economic and cultural spheres were discussed. Controversy over a proposed airport project at Dolo Tea Estate in Assam's Kachar district took another turn today. Union Civil Aviation Minister Jyoti Aditya Scindia, writing to Trinamool Congress Rajya Sabha MP Susmita Dev, said the ministry has not received any proposal to set up an airport in the locality. Earlier in an RTI reply, the Civil Aviation Minister has also stated the same. The Dulo Tea Estate issues has been in the midst of controversy for over a month after the Assam state government approached the owner of the tea garden to acquire 1,500 acres of land to set up an airport there. On May 12, protests erupted in the Lal Bagh division of Dulu Tea Estate when the district administration deployed bulldozers to clear the tea plantations in order to acquire the land for the proposed airport. Till date, no proposal to construct a new airport in Kachar district has been received by the ministry, Scindia said. Ukrainian forces still hold the industrial zone and adjacent areas in the city of Severodonetsk, and the situation is difficult but manageable, Mayor Alexander Ostryuk said today. He said defense lines were holding despite intense Russian artillery fire, but that it was now impossible to evacuate people from Severodonetsk. He said about 10,000 civilians remained in the city, which is now the main focus of Russia's offensive in Ukraine. Now let's recap the headlines once again. Chief Minister in Birin tells Revenue Department to work for welfare of people or else there won't be any space left for development in the state. Three suspects involved in killing of Namphai village chief for opposing poppy cultivation arrested. And widow population in state would have been less had Chief Minister Birin led government come earlier, says President of Sip Sena Manipur State M. Tombi. That's the end for today's News English Bulletin. Keep watching MAMI TV News for more update.
Others Eye Clinic, a unit of Others Medicare Services, Forum Park, Jennings Main Gate, opposite Axis Bank.